General George, may I have that little accolade in writing, please? Mr. Mayor, ladies and gentlemen, we hear a siren. Is it a call to arms? Is it an emergency? No, it's HMS Cadstock, one of our 15 mine hunters. 4 actually are on duty at the moment in the Gulf, just in case. But Cadstock here, by sheer planning, on our way to Poole for an affiliation visit, and we currently put the two together, and she's here to pay respect to you, Mr. Mayor, and fellow. Should we send you a signal? We'll need somebody to read it shortly, because since you read 3-0 from me, I can't read it. Mr. Mayor, ladies and gentlemen, people from Bournemouth and the Dorset Domain, 2014 is a very big year for the Armed Forces. Bit of history to perhaps explain why the Royal Navy and Royal Marines are here. 70 years ago today, all along the south coast, forces were gathering to open the long call for Second Front in Europe. On 28th of August, 1944, 6 weeks after D-Day, General Patton's tanks were crossing the Marne and the Germans surrendered at Toulon and Marseille. 100 years ago today, the country was preoccupied with Ireland. The Foreign Secretary was asked in the House of Commons if troops were employed in Ulster, could we fulfil our military understanding with France? He declined to speculate. On 28th of August 1914, a few weeks later, the RN sank 4 German ships at the Battle of Heligoland-Bight, whilst the British Expeditionary Force was withdrawing across Belgium with all haste in front of the huge German forces. Go back 350 years ago, today a British fleet was en route to invade the Dutch colony of New Netherland in North America. This led to the War with the Dutch. As part of the mobilisation for this, the Duke of York and Albany's Maritime Regiment of Foot was formed on 28th October 1664, and this regiment, in time, became the Royal Marines we know and love today. Colonel Sam Mahoney and his 4 desperados, commandos in support today, and we love you. I didn't say publicly, but we do. On 28th of August this year, to mark these important anniversaries, the Royal Navy, with strong support from the Army, will bring the greatest ever concentration of naval force yet seen to Bournemouth. We come to pay tribute to those who have gone before us, to tell the stories of the huge crowds who come here every year, and to recruit as many as possible to join the Royal Navy, Royal Marines, both regular reserve, if not recruit, then win their awareness of our calling, and we need about 4,500 next year. All of you. At the heart of this Bournemouth fleet this year is a 30,000-ton aviation training ship, the Royal Fleet Auxiliary Argus, also floating 120-bed primary casualty receiving ship, an old money hospital ship, and she was my hospital ship indeed for the Iraq War in 2003 when I was in this boss for that. She's the largest of our ships yet to come to the Air Festival. The captain is an old friend, and she's on Sea King aircraft from 845 Naval Air Squadron embarked, lots of them, and she'll be the base for our operations, accommodating maritime reserves and sea cadets from around the country. With her will be the powerful 4,500-ton Type 33 frigate Westminster. You saw Northumberland sister ship of her last year. And the offshore patrol vessel HMS Mersey, again, with 2 patrol vessels, HMS Puncher and HMS Smiter. And the French Navy, caught on from last year's L'Etoile, sending a much bigger ship, the mine countermeasure vessel, bigger than that one. French ship Sagittaire will play a full part in the event. And I've got a wee hope that there might be a surprise later. Of course, there'll be more Royal Navy aircraft in addition to the Sea Kings embarked in August, including the Merlin, just seen, the Black Cat, Lynx Air this year, and the Royal Navy Historic Freight, probably the Swordfish and the Sea Fury. Again, each day there'll be a daily amphibious demonstration, with the Army playing a much larger role in the support of Colonel Hurley's and Royal Marines than in previous years. A large amphibious boat group, landing craft, all that. 4 Royal Marine Viking all-terrain vehicles, I go anywhere, like the Royal Marines, and this is the most ambitious demonstration yet to mark the importance of the Royal Marines to the security of our country in this, their 350th year. On the foreshore, the Royal Navy Village will be as full as ever, the full working model of a Astute-class nuclear-powered submarine. Chief Executive came in and don't worry, I didn't think it's nuclear-powered. Viking all-terrain vehicles, lots of them, the ever-popular weapons dome, where you look at weapons and fire and all that, and much more. And I hope to have lots more music to the Royal Marine Band, not just beating retreats, but also impromptu sessions during the day with informal music, jazz quintets, and etc. Needless to say, I'm keeping some surprises back, but rest assured, this will be our best year yet, and best, hopefully, for the economy of Bournemouth. Bournemouth with all those extra people here. Touch wood. We only put this much effort into Bournemouth because we get so much out in terms of engaging with the public, our people, and raising their maritime awareness, training our reserves, and recruiting. So why not join today? The Royal Marines will see you on the way out. Thank you very much indeed for that excellent start.
As I said, his passion for this air festival is second to none, and it's a great pleasure to be working with the Commoner Jamie. But let's not forget that both the Royal Air Force and the Army are part of this as well, and it's very difficult, of course, perhaps for the Army to make the use of a backdrop like the ocean, but their presence has grown and grown over the years, and so we're going to get an idea of what they're going to be bringing from Lieutenant Colonel Colin Gordon of the Rifles. Colin, come and join us.
Worshipful Mayor, guests, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for the opportunity to speak on behalf of the Army. I'm not going to try to follow Commodore Jamie. It's just not worth it. Okay? There are no tanks that are going to go bang. Okay? There are no guns that are going to go off. You simply got me. I am going to reflect on one thing. Commodore Jamie mentioned 1914 and the fact that we couldn't quell them in Ulster. And can I just point out, as an Ulsterman 100 years later, they still haven't quelled them. However, I'll put the glasses on now and go back to the script. The Army, and in particular 43 Wessex Brigade, recognises that the Bournemouth Air Festival is now a well-established national summer event for the armed forces, giving us the opportunity to engage with a wide-ranging and very, very large audience. Bournemouth Borough Council are to be commended for putting together such a superb festival, and we look forward to participating in greater force this year as part of our commitment not just to Bournemouth Borough Council, but also to the wider Armed Forces Covenant. Supporting veterans' charities, whilst not our core business, is also a significant part of our community engagement, and we welcome the ability to be able to integrate with them to demonstrate both past, present and future. The opportunity to work alongside our service colleagues affords the public an opportunity to see what we hope they want to see, which is an integrated and mutually supporting military presence. We, the Army, are planning to bring a range of vehicles and equipment reflective of recent operations in Afghanistan and supported by the expertise with the first-hand knowledge of those vehicles and equipment, affording the public a chance to feel and interact with Army hardware. And I would point out that last year our involvement was a little smaller. This year it's going to be considerably larger. And whilst I won't at the moment specify what equipment we're going to bring, I would certainly say that I would hope to see something rather large and scary, weighing about 68 tons, and I just hope it doesn't sink in the sand. If it does, I'm not digging it out. As we move forward to recruit to an expanding Army Reserve, engagement is key, and the Air Festival allows us to meet the public and demonstrate what we do. We want to expand our values, we want to demonstrate our capability and generate further interest in joining and supporting the Army. We want to complement the various air displays and the ground assets that are taking place, and we look forward to seeing all of you here in August. And whilst there was a good call to join the Marines, might I suggest you wish to join the Army instead?
I think this is lining up to be quite a debate this afternoon, isn't it? So can't wait. So Alf is just rewriting his script very fast. Fantastic. Just one mention on Army equipment. The Lynx aerobatic helicopter is confirmed for Friday, Saturday and Sunday in the Air Festival, which is really good news. And very sadly, it is the last year that we will see a fully aerobatic military helicopter in the air because the Lynx 107 is being phased out. So those of you that don't know about that, it has been the only fully aerobatic helicopter display in the United Kingdom for many, many years, and it's a great shame. But nonetheless, so we'll hopefully make the most of that. Now, I've got a few antecedents, having been both an Army and an RAF pilot. That's a long story, but we won't go there. But what we want to do now is focus in on the Royal Air Force. And of course, the show would not be as spectacular as it is without the Royal Air Force, because that's the core of the whole thing, the Air Festival itself and what goes in the air. So before I invite Alf to come up, let's just take a look at the Royal Air Force past contributions to the show. provide a taster to tell us what you're going to see in the Royal Air Force Village and in the sky. Please welcome Wing Commander Alf Garrett.
Good afternoon, Mr. Mayor, ladies and gentlemen. Having served in both or all three of the armed forces in my youth, I can say I saved the best to last, so don't bother with the Royal Navy and Army, join the Royal Air Force. It's always worthwhile going last as well, isn't it? And it's my pleasure to be here representing the Royal Air Force in Bournemouth again at what's become one of our annual flagship events. Its size and scale makes it a fantastic stage for us to showcase what the RAF does on a day-to-day basis, and hopefully entertain you with some incredible air displays, some of which you saw just now. With that, I am proud to say the Royal Air Force will again be central to this year's Air Festival. And what would an Air Festival be without aircraft and the RAF? Events like this provide us with an excellent opportunity to show the public what we, the world's oldest and probably best independent Air Force, do on your behalf, both in the air and indeed on the ground. Although our work is not often seen, I can assure you that a fighting force, we remain engaged in operations 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, both on deployed operations and indeed defending the skies over the United Kingdom. The great thing about the Air Festival is it allows us, the great British public, to not only see firsthand how we do all this, but actually to talk and engage with people who so proudly serve our country. For the RAF, the event allows us to achieve some of our key objectives, to interact and engage with the community, raise awareness of the RAF and promote the excellent careers which we offer. We are indeed recruiting 2,500 to 3,000 next year, so if anybody's between the ages of 17 and 55, let me know. Looking at the RAF contribution to the Air Festival this year, the centrepiece again will be the RAF Village. At its heart, we are hoping to bring the full-size Chinook helicopter mock-up, manned importantly by aircrew from RAF Odeon, who fly the aircraft operationally throughout the world, and specifically in Afghanistan at the moment. There will also be a variety of interactive, informative and educational ground assets on display. We anticipate bringing a selection of displays from RAF Odeon and other RAF stations throughout the UK, as well as a number, and importantly, RAF reserve squadrons. Furthermore, we will be joined by an ensemble of the band of the RAF Regiment, possibly the finest regimental band in the world. Nobody's going to say anything good. So instead, too late, sir. Too late. The RAF also shares the Air Festival's aims when it comes to raising awareness and funds for a number of charities. The RAF Benevolent Fund and RAF Association will be located within the village again, and will be one of the Air Festival's nominated charities, the John Egan Trust. So please give them your support and wear your Air Festival wristbands. Also in our village will be a team from the RAF Careers, eager to talk to you about the fantastic opportunities and experiences you can gain by being a part of the RAF. And also in the RAF Village will be the RAF Red Arrows Meet the Pilots facility as well. Moving to the skies, and reflecting how important the Bournemouth Air Festival has become to the Royal Air Force, this year will feature participation from all our available display teams. Announced last month, I can reconfirm, if you didn't believe it when you heard it, but the Red Arrows in their 50th display season will indeed be displayed on all 4 days of the festival, a first for the town. So congratulations on Bournemouth in getting that coup. Joining the Reds will be the Teuton Tucano training aircraft, the iconic Battle of Britain Memorial flight, which for me is my personal favourite, with the Dakota, and also the RAF Falcons parachute display team. Also back for 3 days will be the awesome Eurofighter Typhoon. I can also confirm that the Chinook display will also be taking place this year. Again, that's just announced this morning. So, Mr. Mayor, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, the RAF will once again be at the Bournemouth Air Festival in style and in force. On behalf of the Royal Air Force, we look forward to seeing you and meeting you all this summer. Thank you very much.
So, thank you to the Royal Air Force. You'll all get plenty of time to talk to the individual service representatives, of course, at the end of this, but it's absolutely fantastic. There's always been a strong Red Arrows Association in Bournemouth. I can't remember how long, but it's a very, very long time. But to secure the Red Arrows on all 4 days really is exceptional. And there'll be many other event organisers in the country very jealous that has occurred. So, fantastic achievement too. And the overall level of support from all 3 services, you can see, it's just grown and grown, and it's tremendous. And I'm just thanking them again on behalf of all the organisers here for that tremendous commitment. And Well, it's not all about things in the air, of course, as you know, and things do get better and better outside of what's happening perhaps between sort of, say, midday and sort of 5 o'clock. And there's a lot going on around the town and on the various music stands. And here's an example now of what I think makes the Air Festival stand out and puts it in an entertainment league, not just in an Air Festival league, but an entertainment league. Take a look at this. So, strong sponsors and a huge amount of involvement already, but to tell you more about Wave 105's involvement, please welcome their commercial director, John Brooks.
Thank you very much. I can assure you on behalf of myself and Wave 105, we have no particular allegiance to the armed services. We think you're all great. So thank you very much. Good afternoon, everybody, and it's great to be back. Doesn't time fly? Last year we had such a great time, both on the beach and with our exhibition stand, and of course together with Corona, staging 2 nights of superb music on the night air stage at Boscombe. The positive feedback that we had from the acts, from the headline stars, and mostly importantly the audience, reinforced that the Air Festival is much more than just an air show. The event, the team and the results surpassed all of our expectations, and we enjoyed it so much we're very pleased to be coming back again. Together with Corona, we've been able to bring together a superb night air programme, proving that the fun doesn't stop when the sun goes down. Guaranteed to keep people in the town long after the last plane has disappeared, night air is unique to Bournemouth, showing once again that there is more to the Air Festival than just an average air show. Over the coming months, we at Wave 105 will be announcing some exciting musical acts, which will be a fantastic reason for people to stay in the town long into the evening. As the South's largest commercial radio station, the Air Festival also gives us a great platform, the beach, to meet our listeners. We did this by the thousands last year, and supported by our air zone, the Hop On In bus, and our live broadcasts. We'll be back again this year, and we can't wait. This year will be bigger for us and better as we strive and do our best to enhance our offering. The beachfront will once again host our air zone and the Wave 105 1966 Route Master bus. You don't see many of those on the beach. But it will be renamed this year the Wave 105 bus stop, providing an exciting, engaging and interactive area where visitors can relax